What's up, everybody? This is Joshua from Chef Special, and you're watching Toasted.
So the gig was amazing, right?
Yeah, the gig was magical. It was a great one. These are one of the festivals in Holland that you're waiting for, that you prep extra hard for. You want to make an impression. You want your message to come across even harder and clearer than normal. I don't know why, but it's huge, it's big. You got 50, 60,000 people, and it always gets to you. It always gives you that high. I'm still in that high right now.
You guys are basically just got back from a tour through the States. I saw some amazing footage of that. One that struck me was the Red Rocks gig. Jeez, man.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. When I was younger, I used to, see live DVDs of the bands I love playing at Red Rocks. It's just this beautiful Denver, Colorado. There's this valley and these two great rocks, and in between the rocks you have the crowd. And it's made in 1902 or something for classical music, and it was designed that way to carry the sound all the way up to the top acoustically. And your point of view from the stage is just insane, especially with the sky, the orange, red sky. And we climbed up to the top. From the crowd's point of view, it's even more beautiful because you have the band down there, and you have this, as far as the eye can see, just this valley. And we got to do that twice in a night. Twice in a row, 2 nights in a row. And I think that was the most magical show for me during that whole tour, for sure. Yeah.
Because you guys were teaming up with 21 Pilots, right?
Yeah.
Not a bad combination, actually. That's a nice double bill.
Yeah, I think it made a lot of sense. It's funny because they saw us here in 2014. I didn't even know who they were back then. Yeah. But they saw our show here, and they liked it, and they asked us, they said to their management, like, we want those Dutch guys from Pinkpop. And we were like, fuck yeah. They were doing 50 sold out arenas and stadias throughout the whole north of the States. And for us, a great opportunity, obviously, to reach 20, 30,000 people a night. And those were dedicated fans, so they were in line for days. So when the doors opened, they would rush in. It wasn't the kind of opening act playing in front of 1/3 of a venue, which we know back here. That's what happens here. But we were playing for full houses every night, and we saw, obviously, the whole country.
But then you have to conquer like an audience that doesn't necessarily come to see you guys. And I know you have a Killer Live rap here in Europe. But I mean, to conquer this American audience is probably spoiled. I've seen a lot. They are dedicated fans of 21 Pilots, and then a couple of Dutch guys get on stage.
Yeah, although this is all true, but if you compare American crowds to Dutch crowds are harder.
Really?
Yeah, I talk to international artists that come here, and they call it the Dutch disease. The Dutch will be like, and they'll wait a couple of songs, and then maybe when you try hard enough, they will join in for the party. The American crowds, I love them, and I was amazed by them from the first show we did. After 2 songs, we had the whole house jumping, and that's not just because of our live act. That's also because I think Americans are more likely to engage quickly. If you bring a good vibe, they will sync up with you, and they'll just go.
But you have to be a good band as well, and of course you guys are very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can't fuck up.
It takes 2. It takes 2.
Hey, new record out in Holland, and we have to explain this a little bit. You guys get signed to Atlantic Worldwide, which is, I think, an incredible feat alone. I mean, to get signed by them. How did that happen, actually?
Well,
they saw you play, and then they were like,
we received an email from some guy from Atlantic Records, and we were like, we get emails a lot, and sometimes it's nothing. And we were like, okay, sure. And he said, yeah, I want to come check out a show to check out the live act. We were like, okay, we're playing in Amsterdam in 2 days. He said, okay, I'll hop on a plane. And he was actually there that night. And we were pretty surprised. Like he was there and he watched the show, and it was in Amsterdam, like almost hometown. So it was a great vibe, good crowd. The show was dope. And he came to us towards the show. He said, "We got to get you guys to the States." And literally 3 days later, we were on a plane to meet with the whole Atlantic team. And we started our co-op there. Yeah.
And of course, there's only a few bands. I mean, Holland has shitloads of DJs who are famous in the States, but not too many bands pull it off. It is tough for bands to do that, right?
Yeah, it is tough. It is. You're with a larger group. It costs more money. You have your whole gear. You have to be dedicated to do it for a long time with no return of investment. You have to be dedicated to your message and
Play your ass off.
play your fucking ass off. But I do believe that is the way to do it, to play your ass off. If you want to create like a sustainable, loyal fan base, you have to play everywhere. And the States is much bigger, obviously, than Holland. But I truly believe that through live shows, you gain something that is strong and that will last long.
So will you guys go back and tour more in the States? I mean, and will the new album also be released in the States like this, Amigo?
Yeah, that's the idea. We told them, because we were away for almost 2 years, writing there, recording there, touring there, and we said, okay, we have to, let our people back home know that we haven't vanished. So we decided to do this festival season in Holland, and after the summer we'll go back and see how we're going to release it. And I think the most important thing is that we don't rush anything. I've come to learn that is very important.
But then you have to have a shitload of stamina.
Yeah, you have to be, first of all, on the same page with the all the guys in the band, and everybody has to be on the same page and willing to do this for a long time. But that's how we started. We promised that, and I feel like we've been making that promise every year again towards each other, and it feels we're not in a hurry. We're having a great life, right? This is the third time Pinkpop. We're on adventure. We're touring. I'm not in it for a quick, we need to conquer the States now. We need a big hit now. Man, enjoy and build on something, real, and do it slowly, but with love.
Wise words. Hey, let's talk about the album. I've, of course, been listening to it. A couple of standout tracks. I think Money is a fantastic track. I love the intro with the classic reggae horns. Is it a sample or is it actually played live?
It's real horns, but we fucked them up. We tweaked them to make it more like Wailers type horns. But yeah, it's all real. Everything is,
Great lyrics as well.
Thank you. It's very simple. It's just something and then money and then something else and then money all the time. But
well, it's not like give me more money or I need more money.
Also that. It's also I think the second verse is that who cares money, up in the air money. But also the I need more money. Like it's money. It's something we have to deal with. It's something that we have made a very important thing of our lives, and that we rely on and that we think we need a lot of. And obviously it fucks up with a whole other priority part of our life. It's a very simple statement. Money is the root of all evil. We didn't think of that phrase, that existed, but we always liked the idea of that. And I think us as a group, we rarely do stuff for the money. And I know that sounds very high morale, but we say a lot of no very easily together to stuff that we don't believe in, but gives us a lot of money. And I think that also makes us, it's easy to make decisions that you truly believe in if you let the whole fucking money thing go. It makes life very easy.
Very well said. Another track that I loved is New Start. I think it's actually one of the strongest tracks on the album.
Cool, thanks.
Could you tell me a little about the track?
New start. I want to be in your heart. I want to be in your light. Yeah, it's for me. It's mostly about the relationship that you have with yourself as a creative person, and those moments that you're just alone and you somehow are triggered by your subconscious and you just start writing, and it's almost like it's someone else doing it. You're just watching it happen. You're not trying. And I think that is one of the most, I'm almost getting goosebumps thinking about it, because those are the most beautiful moments in life when you're just watching something happen and you're surprising yourself by creating something. And that song is just an ode, is that a word? An ode? To that, that part of life. And you want it the whole time. You can't have it the whole time, but you want it the whole time. Yeah.
Very beautiful. Hey, Nicotine, I love that song as well. I think the lyrics are pretty strong again. Very original as well.
Thank you. Yeah, well, actually, I had to kind of fake that one.
Why?
Because it's very much about somebody who, it's about a love that didn't last, right? And that you're...
It's real. I mean, it's not made up. It's a real situation that you wrote about.
But the lyric actually came from, I think G, the guitar player, and Jer, they came with the part of the lyric, nigga, what's the chorus again? You won't let me slip, because your love is like a drug, all I need. I never really experienced that with another person in terms of you're like a drug and I need you. Maybe for, a couple of days, and then that wears off. And then you have to go find something deeper, right? So I had to kind of imagine being very heartbroken, and I tried to do that.
Did it work out?
I think so. At some point during the writing, I felt a little heartbroken.